Okay, so last time if we just play the game, we sorted out how we could get it's like enemy character to kind of follow us around. Okay, but what we want to do now is look at how we can actually give our character some health. So, if he gets caught up or something like that, whatever you want to apply it to, he'll lose some health. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is going to apply to our character. So we want to open his blueprint up. And we need to add a new variable. So the variable we're going to create is going to be called health. Okay, and yeah, we can't leave it as a boolean. We need to have that as a float. Basically, because our health is going to be calculated by a percentage. So float is the only variable type that will work with that. Okay, so that's what we need to do really. Just compile that there. And we need to go to our HUD, which we're using, not that one, the widget. Okay, so at the moment we've got a couple of things in here. We've got our timer, we've got our number of coins or our score, and now we're actually going to add a health bar to this. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to be putting this into a horizontal box. So drag one of those in. Okay, depends on where you want your health bar to be. I'm going to add in some text because you might want it to say health or whatever you want it to say. And the main thing is actually going to be the health bar itself. It's called a progress bar. Okay, so we've got those in there. Text block, I'm just going to make it say health to make sense. And the progress bar, what we're going to do, come over here. So as I said before, this fills up as a percentage. So right now it's at 0. So I'm going to put that to 1. I want that to fill, there you go, I want it to fill this whole space that it's in. So just change that up to fill. And what you'll notice, look, if I just slide this percentage bar, you can see that's what my health bar is going to look like as it goes up and down. So you can change the style and the appearance of this. I'll probably save that from perhaps another video, or I can show you another time, but for now we can just show you, like, you can change the color. Maybe you might want a green for a health bar. Okay, and of course you can change the styling of the health text and everything as well. I'm just keeping mine really basic. So what we want to do is this actual percentage here. So we know this is the thing that we want to represent health, right? So it's not going to do anything on its own. So what we need to do is create a binding, a bit of script code that's going to tell this health bar how to act and when to act. I'm going to click create binding. And what we want to do, move these around. Firstly, a cast to third person character, because it's our third person character who actually has the health and who we want it to affect. So put him in the middle. Object's going to be the get player character. Okay, and as third person character, this is where we want our health. So type in get health. Okay. There. Right. So just save that. So this will bind essentially the percentage of the progress health bar to whatever is in the float health variable. So what we need to do now is just take something that's going to take the health away from our character. So at the moment, if we play the game, push start, you can see we've got a health bar but we haven't got anything to tell it what to actually read as. Okay, so what we're going to do now, let's come out of this. So we're going to go into our enemy object that we made, okay, or whatever you've got that you want to take health away. It could be like a projectile or something, but we've got an enemy. Go to the viewport, and what I want to do is I want to add a component. That component is going to be a collision box. So if we scroll down a bit, see collision, we've got a few options for collision. I want a collision box. It's a little small. We want that collision box to actually hit our character, so it's not quite going to hit. So we're just going to up the scale, make it twice as big. Perhaps 1.5 might work better. We don't want the player to get health taken away before he actually gets hit. That looks like it's perfect. That's fine. Okay, so we've got our collision box, what the bit that's going to collide with the character to tell it to then take health away. And what we're going to do, I'll just compile that first and go over to the event graph for the enemy. Okay, we've got this stuff in that we did before, where we made our basic AI to move towards the character. What we're going to do, let's do a new script in here. So on component, oh no, we want a box selected first. Add event for the box, collision, on component, begin overlap. Okay, so we selected the box because that's the collision box, and that's the component we want to overlap. And what do we want it to overlap with? Third person character. Okay, some of the things that we've done before. Get player character. Here again, as we did before, get the health. That's what it's going to start taking away from that value. And from here we want to set the health. It's going to go there. What we're going to do is going to type in minus float. So it's going to be float minus float because it's going to take away from the value. And here you can enter how much you want it to, or health you want it to take away. So bearing in mind that 1 is going to be full health and 0 is going to be 0 health. So let's say you wanted it to be like 0.2. So it's going to take 0.2 health away from its total of 1. And then link that up to there. Okay. So if you ever want to change how much health is being taken away by this event, then you change that there. And then just from that, you just want to put in what you want to then happen once you get to 0 health. Okay, so if you've got an end game screen, something like that, you might want it to create a widget, which is your end game widget or something. Okay, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to put in destroy actor. Okay, so I know when my player dies, he'll just disappear, just be destroyed. But again, you might want to do a widget there, which is like an end game or game over screen, should I say. Okay, that's up to you. Hit compile there. Okay, thinking anything else. I might need to actually do, I don't think I set the actual amount of health in the first place. Go back to third person character, go to the health variable. Okay, we left that at 1. I think that's 0, sorry, so I think that needs to be 1 to show what the actual, what it is at the start. Otherwise your character would start with 0 health, which wouldn't be very good. So I'm just going to compile, save that, let's give it a test, so play, start game. Okay, so I've got full health. If this guy comes over and gets me, doosh. Okay, I've lost 20% of my health, so 0.2. However, I've told you something a little bit wrong. So yeah, this is actually, remember this destroy actor bit? Sorry, that's destroying itself. So that's going to be destroying the actual enemy because we're in the enemy object. Okay, if you wanted it to destroy someone else or do something different, then you can do. But so that's not going to. I said that was going to destroy the character. It won't. It'll destroy the enemy, which is exactly what we want. Anyway, so we're going to keep it like that. So yeah, and as I said before, if we go back to that variable, the health variable, let's say we put it at 0.5. Compile and save. Push play. My character starts with half health, which is pretty pointless really, unless for some reason you wanted it to do that. Maybe your game started where your character's, I don't know, some kind of injury or something, and he starts on low health, and the first thing you need to do is go and find some health. I don't know, it's your game. Do what you want to do, but I'm going to keep mine at full health. Okay, so that's it. Health bar. Enemies can get me and destroy me. Alright,